Laos, a tropical country in the heart of Indochina. Once known as the realm of a million elephants. Set amid mountains and surrounded by China, Thailand, Cambodia and Myanmar, Laos lay undiscovered for many years. Today, the country is gradually opening its doors, and its dreamlike royal cities, contemplative temple complexes, mysterious plains, and ethnic mountain villages are now accessible to all. The original Southeast Asia, just as in days of old, full of nature, culture, and the exotic. The capital, Vientiane, originated at the point at which the first navigable section of the Mekong River joins with the Gulf of Thailand, once an important trading route to South China. Under pressure from the Burmese, King Seta Tirat moved from the former royal city of Luang Prabang and settled here. An historic and proud city, and one with a glorious past. Vientiane was once a group of rural settlements, and even today contains several village-like districts, each with its own temple and traditional marketplace. Religious buildings dominate this city, whose monastery complexes, temples, hospitals, schools and meeting places have a long tradition. Wat Ho Pa Kyo was designed to be a chapel for the royal palace and once accommodated the Emerald Buddha, a sanctuary from India. When the city was conquered by the Siamese, the temple was destroyed and the sacred figure was taken to Bangkok, where it has remained until the present day. Wat Si Saket is still in use today, and its pagoda is a national monument. As though by a miracle, this splendid pagoda survived the destruction of the city by the Siamese military in 1827. Although everything is now peaceful, this was once the religious center of resistance against Siamese occupation. The combined power of the many Buddha figures was designed to protect the people. In Laos, most of the temples have an adjoining monastery, and the number of monks continues to grow, thus the temples are well cared for. Wat Si Saket is a symbol of the national pride of the people of Laos. A 15-minute walk, and there's the Wat Si Muang, a monastery complex that dates back to the foundation of the Lan Xang realm. At almost any time of day, there is a monk on hand to see to the needs of the faithful. This sanctuary is also popular with expectant mothers. Pregnant women come here as many of life's important decisions are left to the gods, along, of course, with various sacrifices. Each Buddha has its own special function, and it seems that the faithful know exactly to which of the figures they must address their concerns. And colorful images of Buddhist Hindu mythology decorate this small temple garden. A number of streets with well-preserved colonial-style buildings are a reminder that until some years ago, another nation once ruled here following Siamese occupation. At the end of the 19th century, the French began to renovate the city's most important buildings and made Vientiane the administrative capital of their new colony and gave it a French look. Buddha Park is situated by a river just a few kilometers from the city. A monk created this amazing garden in the 1950s. Jiangkuan is a sort of Laotian amusement park. It contains a collection of stone figures that feature numerous deities. Rich sponsors who wished to improve their karma supported the monk financially, and thus this city of spirits came into being. He believed that within this stone garden, the various Asian religions would be united into a single philosophy of life. Symbolically, that is. Both dance and drama have always been popular in Laos. Over the centuries, traditional dance dramas were only performed in the country's temples. Various influences united, as well as both music and dance. Court ceremonies and rural dances have each become part of traditional life. According to legend, the god Indra built the temple monastery of Wat Impeng himself, as indicated by its name. Many young student monks live here, and festive initiation rites are always a special occasion for their respective families. Following the communist takeover, any kind of religious practice was difficult. However, the government eventually recalled its Buddhist roots. The Arc de Triomphe of Paris was clearly the model for the triumphal Anusavari Gate, located at the end of the Avenue Lenjiang. The government continues to contribute funds for its completion. The roof is reminiscent of the tower of a castle with pinnacles and fire slits. The view from here is quite breathtaking. The Patuzé Park was arranged around the monument with flower beds and several water basins. Close by, there's a gateway that opens to another world, one of religious belief and centuries-old tradition. Tat Luang is Laos' national sanctuary. From time immemorial, it has been one of Vientiane's most important Buddhist places of pilgrimage. According to the writings of travelers in the 17th century, the surface of the building was then covered with 500 kilograms of gold leaf. Each year at the full moon of the last lunar month, 10,000 of the faithful meet here for the country's largest Buddhist festival. Then the holy place is transformed into a festive place for many people. A protective dam was built along the winding Mekong, and it contains a public walkway. In the afternoon, tradesmen sell fresh fruit and vegetables. And the first tiny kitchens begin to prepare for the great hordes of people who come here each evening. On the riverbanks, a number of boats await their respective dinner guests.